what you're looking at here is the M4 CS. So the M4 range goes M4, M4 Competition, M4 CS, M4 CSL. So this one it's a little bit more crazy than the M4 Competition, but not completely unhinged like the M4 CSL. Now this one's been spec'd out in frozen old man green, which I think looks pretty fantastic actually, given the other colors you can get, the blues, the black. You wouldn't get black on this because of the carbon fiber pack. Be forgiven for thinking that CS stands for carbon something, because there's just so much carbon fiber on this, it's not funny. You've got this carbon fiber front splitter, carbon fiber on the bonnet, carbon fiber mirrors, roof's carbon fiber, got a carbon fiber lip, and this diffuser area too, it's all carbon fiber. There's carbon fiber in the cabin as well. There's just so much carbon on it, and that kind of contributes to why this is the step above the competition, because it has gone through a bit of a diet, it's lost some weight, not too much weight though. So the CSL is 100 kilos lighter than the just regular M4 Competition. This is only 15 kilos lighter. So you got obviously carbon fiber. These rims are about 1 kilo lighter each. There's just been heaps of weight reduction throughout. When I say heaps, 15 kilos is a lot. I really kind of wish there was more, but it is what it is. This is still a fantastic car. Let me just fire this up for a second. Oh, sounds awesome, doesn't it? All right. When it's running, you also get these iconic yellow LEDs. They're not running lights per se, because when it's on a running light it will turn white, but when the car's on and you've got your lights on, they turn yellow. They give it a real angry kind of snarling look. You're going to flash them at cyclists, you're going to flash them at other cars. They're just really angry looking. They look fantastic. This is genuinely the lightest bonnet I have ever felt. It is just so light. So it's not just this that's a carbon fiber. Have a look under there. It is just super light. I'll show you around the inside. So these are carbon bucket seats. They're not the same full-on racing mode ones like in the CSL. They are still electronically adjustable, but they look awesome. Like, look at that. You've even got this little bit of carbon in between there. Not sure what that does, but I'm sure it holds you in place or something. Some grab handles, your passenger's gonna need that. Now, it is quite low, so it's not the easiest car to get into, but when you are in, this is snug as. Again, you've got that in between your legs, the carbon. This really holds you in. More carbon here, so it saves a bit more weight. Wireless charging bay, that's used for my wallet at the moment. You get this little palm rest, a little bit of storage and a USB-C there, but the glaring omission is absolutely no cup holders. No cup holders at all. So I've got, obviously, as you know, always get an energy drink when I'm doing this. Obviously this is a fantastic car. I've got nothing really bad to say about this thing. I really do love this thing. It's probably the best car I've driven in a while, but I mean, BMW, what are you thinking with these things? I mean, functionality wise, okay, it works, but they're just so light. They don't feel solid. And as I'm saying it, I'm like, yeah, I know they're trying to save weight, but it just feels a little bit just cheap and plasticky. Could have probably maybe, yeah, made those a little bit more solid. But let me just turn this on because it's friggin' warm. That's, I love starting this thing up. It sounds so good. So you get all the usual stuff, big widescreen, one panel touchscreen infotainment system. So it's running BMW's latest software, which is, I think it's 8.5. Wireless Apple CarPlay, Android Auto. Runs everything through here. You can, oh wait, listen to this. Can you hear the difference there? But you can control everything here. Digital driver's display, again, also good. Everything's clear, but I mean, really, you're gonna be looking up there at the head-up display, because when you put your foot down in this thing, it fucking goes. You got heaps of button controls here as well, so that's for your exhaust. I'm not sure if this will come through on the microphone, but see if you can hear the difference here. Just goes a little bit quieter. If you hit setup, whoop, there we go. Again, that brings up all this, so comfort, everything at the moment. But I tell you what, there is no reason to have that and this, because I've just been driving it with the exhaust open and the engine on Sport Plus, because it just sounds so good. It is just a really nice raspy sound that comes from this engine and that exhaust as well. You've also got M modes, so you can do your track, sport, all that stuff that you would expect in a M car. You've got M1 and M2 buttons here. Another cool feature is this button here on the gear selector. So you can change the speed of your gear shift. So if you want something a bit more calm and relaxing, you can drop down the speed, or you can turn it up really sharp if you're out on a track. These are carbon fiber too. You do have a bit of door storage, but it's not going to hold an open can, that's for sure. Trying to scull this drink before we get out of the car park. Yeah, cup holders, no cup holders. I mean, surely it just saves rate, right? Like, because it's just this space you don't have to fill in with something else. But anyway, would be handy to have them. I know it's a bit more track focused, or, you know, sports focused or whatever, but I mean, it's a cup holder, man. Like, people still have to drive it. So I realised I showed you under the bonnet before and showed you how light the bonnet was, but we didn't talk about what it's actually hiding. So this car produces 405 kilowatts and 650 newton meters of torque, and that's coming from a twin turbo inline 6. So fair bit of power. That's 15 kilowatts more than the M4 competition and 50 odd kilowatt more than just the regular M4. And again, considering it's 15 kilos lighter too, you'd be able to feel the difference. In total, this comes in at 1,856 kilos, around that. So it's not the heaviest. I think the Ioniq 5, which will match this to 100 kilometers an hour, that is 2.2 ton. So this has about 400 kilos on that too. Their CSL is 100 kilos lighter than the competition. You get the X-Drive system in this, which means 4-wheel drive. All of this fun, it comes at a price. So in Australia, this is 256 odd grand before on-road costs. So like realistically, you're looking at close to 300 grand for this. What does that mean in terms of the rest of the range? Well, this is 70 grand more expensive than the regular M4. So could you daily this? Obviously, I've mentioned it a couple times, bit of a lack of creature comforts, mainly just actually it's just a cup holder. This is just wasted space here. This could have been a cup holder. It's essentially the same thing. It's just a wasted space. You do have your USB-C down there, but could have been used better. So I've been living with this car for the last, let's just call it a week now, just under, for the most part, because I just love this thing. I think it's brilliant. I've been driving it with everything just on Sports Plus, engine, chassis, everything, exhaust on, just listening to it. It's just so much fun. The steering's so sharp. It's just such a fun car to drive. But the last few days I switched everything over into comfort to see, if you could daily it. And I think you can. So there's two things. One, it is firm. It's still firm in comfort, but it's good enough to daily. The second thing is there's plenty of room in the back. Kids are going to be fine. Even adults are going to be fine. I fit back there. It's just, a bit of a bitch getting in and out. But you could daily this. You could use this as a daily. I mean, if you're spending 300k on a car, you should be using it as a daily. And you can. It looks brilliant. Kids, everyone, adults, stop and look at this thing. Ooh. They can definitely hear me before they see me. But I've had kids just stopping their bikes and going like that and just looking and taking photos. And it's just such a fun car to drive. And like, it just has such presence about it as well. It's really well presented. Driving this thing is almost like what you imagined when you were younger. Driving a Ferrari was like as a kid. Everything's just, you can turn it on and everything's just kind of twitching and ready to go, and you put your foot down and it just takes off. The steering's sharp, the noise, people stopping and looking. All right, that's enough from me now. I'll let you get back to it. Don't forget to like, and if you enjoyed the video, please subscribe. Help me grow, help the algorithm get in front of more people. Leave a comment. Would you go M4 competition, M4 CS? Would you go an M3? Would you what would be your choice? What do you think of this car in relation to the rest of the BMW lineup? Would you go something else actually? Whatever, just leave a comment.